Hey there YouTube, Dr. J back with another video. I know it's been a while since I've been able to make some more videos, but I've been extremely busy, and I'll tell you why. We just started another radio station here in August called Vinyl 105.ca, and we're basically playing 50s, 60s, and 70s music, broadcasting 24/7 at vinyl105.ca. So if you want to check that station out, if you like that kind of music, by all means check it out. We'd love to have you listening. And we've also changed our websites too, and they're looking pretty sweet and sexy, if you have to ask me. But that's just my opinion. Go check them out for yourself at power92fm.ca and vinyl105.ca. So I've been getting a lot of emails and a lot of questions for a lot of stuff. And it's very hard to answer all of the emails, so I thought maybe I'd put together this quick little video. And this is going to be touching base on a lot of current stuff now, because the video that I have up, the one that everybody refers to as how to start up an online radio station, we're going to update that right now. I'm not going to hook things up because you guys have already seen me do that in that video. And I'm just going to get into a little bit more depth about the equipment, about some of the stuff that we use here at Power 92 FM and Vinyl. And we do actually stream Vinyl and Power 92 FM on the same equipment. And I'll tell you and show you everything in this video on how I do that and how I figured out how to do that, because this was a thing that took a while for me to... It kind of stumped me on how to figure it out, but I eventually got it and figured it out. So I'm going to share that with you guys today too as well. So some of the things that we're going to touch base in this video, I've got these things written down so I wouldn't forget. We're going to talk about all the equipment, of course, some of the prices about some of the stuff. A lot of stuff too about the prices. It's going to probably vary and different prices in it for Canada and US and for the States and the UK and all those awesome places. But I'm just going to give you a rough idea on what the costs are here. So we'll do that in this video. We'll also try and get a little bit in depth with Radio DJ, considering that you've already had it. You already have it set up. You've got your MySLQ set up. Server, and you've already set up Radio DJ, and you're just now you need to know how to get it up and running. So we're going to look at that too as well. We're also going to look at my radio stream versus listen to my radio. I think that's going to be a big plus too, because like, nothing against listen to my radio, but I'll tell you why I switched to my radio stream. And we'll also talk about the mobile apps and where you can get that done for absolutely free, and they look fantastic because my mobile apps are through the same company. So we'll also talk about website and web hosting too, because I thought maybe this is probably a really good time to touch base on this subject, and we'll talk about web hosting and where you can get it and how cheap it actually is. It's not really that expensive. I've always been afraid of that because I thought it was going to be really expensive. Hence the reason why we switched. We used to be with Weebly, but now we're using a WordPress site for both websites. And I'll tell you this much, WordPress 100% looks so much better than Weebly, and you can do so much more stuff with it. But I'll get into depth with that too as well. We'll talk a little bit about that. We'll also talk about where I get my music and where you can get your music too as well. And we'll talk about production software too as well. And then we're going to touch base on this too, because there's a couple programs out there that I think will really, really help you, and there'll be some really great tools for you when you start your station, because without these tools, I'm finding now that it's a lot easier, and I'm learning later on by myself, because really there's really no tutor out there for online radio stuff. So that's why I'm trying to share this information with you guys. So we'll talk about some of the programs that will help you in the long run to get your station up and on the air. So So let's talk about the equipment, and like, because everybody seems to be asking me, what type of equipment do you need to start off with? And I'm going to tell you that you can start off with the bare minimums, and you can start this all off by free today, but we're going to go a little bit more into depth, and we're going to say you've upgraded and you're now paying for a service. So you want to, be a little bit more serious with your station, and you want it to try and, hit off a little bit better. Now, I can tell you in my studio, I have quite a few pieces of equipment, as you can tell in some of my last videos, in my studio updates and studio tours and stuff like that, and the stuff that we have here in the studio. Now, you don't need to have all this kind of stuff. The basic stuff you'll need a mixer, which is one of these things. Now, you could get one of these. This is a USB mixer, plugs in directly into your computer, and you can plug in one microphone, and you can have an audio source plugged into it. That's really all you need. A mixer, something that you can plug in an audio source, and a microphone if you're going to be doing talking. If you're just going to be like playing music and you don't really talk much, or you're not comfortable about talking right away, you really don't even need to have a microphone. But something like this is a Behringer Xenix 302 USB mixer. This mixer was $50. I believe that they have a package called the Podcaster package, where you buy this mixer, and it comes with a microphone by Behringer, and it also comes with a pair of headphones from Behringer, and that'll get you started. If I can find the link, I'll put the link in the bottom of the description here for that, so that you can maybe take a look at it yourself and maybe decide maybe that might be the perfect thing for me to start off with. For me, inside my studio, I have a 7-channel mixer. It's really a little bit overkill, I guess, maybe for some of you, but for me, not really, because I needed a lot of inputs, and that's why I have a 7-channel mixer. For me, I'm running the station off of I'm now running it off of 4 dedicated computers for the radio stations. Before it was just 3 to run 1 radio station. I've got 2 microphones in my studio too as well, and I've got 3 CD players, 2 turntables, and and then the computer, of course, for radio DJ is my other source of audio coming in. I also use this computer too as well for the automation for radio DJ, and I also use it for Skypes too as well. So I can do Skype calls live on the air, or I can just Skype with people if need be, if they need help or they just want to chat for some reason. Also, you're going to need some headphones. So you'll probably want to pick up a nice pair of headphones. It's going to last you a while. These ones are the Skull Candy headphones. I've had these ones for almost three and a half years now, maybe a little bit longer. And these ones are the ones that have lasted the longest out of all of them. These are the Skull Candy Hesh headphones. They are the Jamaican style Bob Marley headphones. You're also going to need yourselves if you're going to have multiple guests. Now, you don't have to get this if you don't want to, but this is what I have in my studio. Nothing is really wrong. What you're really going to need is you're going to basically need the mixer and a microphone and a pair of headphones to start yourself off with, and a PC. You're going to need, if you're going to have multiple guests in the studio and they want to listen, when you talk on the radio, you have to turn your studio monitors off, or otherwise you'll get some feedback, and the listener at home will hear double talking, and it won't sound very good, and they'll turn you out. So you're going to have headphones when you're talking on the air. So what I have in here is I have a preamp, a microphone, or a headphone preamp, sorry, which allows me to plug in 4 extra headphones into that preamp, so that if I have 4 guests here, they can all listen, and they can all turn up and down their own volume. And that one is called the Behringer. It is a Behringer. Beg my pardon if you're getting a real close up of me. It's just a Behringer micro amp. HA400, if you want to look that up. Very cheap. I think I paid less than $50 for that. I want to say I think it was about $30 I paid for that little machine, maybe even less. So those are some of the things. Also, I'm using for one microphone, I'm using a limiter, compressor, and microphone preamp tube style. So that's going to give you the warm tube sound that you hear when you hear me talking on my Electro Voice microphone. My Electro Voice microphone is probably the most expensive microphone I have in the studio, but it is probably the best quality sounding mic I have in the studio. You get what you pay for. I've already gone into depth with microphones. Check out my previous videos to see about that. So that's some of the equipment that I have in the studio, and that's some of the stuff you'll need. Also studio monitors or a playback system that you can hear your music if you don't want to just always listen on your headphones. What else can we talk about real quick before? Also, okay, so production software. If you're looking for some good production software and stuff to start your station, like to make jingles, little audio clips, commercials, stuff like that, I personally use the program called Cool Edit Pro. It's a very old program. It's out of date, but my philosophy is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I really, really like how basic and how easy Cool Edit is. Now, probably the upgrade to a newer Cool Edit, or actually it's called Adobe Edition, not Adobe Edition. Yes, Adobe Edition. Why does that not sound right? Yeah, Adobe Edition. Is the same thing as Cool Edit. Cool Edit and Adobe Edition have joined forces, and they're now calling it Adobe Edition. But I'm sure that that's probably just as easy to use, but it's all about preference and what I like. So, I mean, that's why I'm using it. Plus, I don't want to spend any more money I don't have to, right? Yeah, so get yourself a recording program or a recording software. Could be anything. It doesn't have to be Cool Edit or any other program that you're used to using, GarageBand, anything like that, it'll work. And then another type of program that you're going to find very handy for doing your banners and websites stuff, Photoshop. You're going to need yourself a copy of Photoshop. So maybe go out and get yourself Photoshop. A lot of cool tricks and stuff that you can do with Photoshop, and it'll definitely make your pictures and your ads and your banners a lot more professional than using Paint like I was using for the longest time. I know. I'm old school, and yeah, my computer skills are probably limited to a 5th grader. But nowadays, a 5th grader actually really knows what they could probably walk around in circles from me, a 5th grader now. It's pretty sad. Anyways, yeah, so those are some of the stuff that you will need. So you need yourself. They have this mixer, which is a Behringer mixer. They have this product that's available in a podcast package where you get headphones, microphone, and a mixer. And that could get you, started off right away. So you'll need those basic things. And if you're into DJing and spinning and scratching and beat matching and stuff like that, you might want to integrate your sound system that you normally use, your DJ system, whether it be CDJs, turntables, whatnot. Everything will apply the same. It's just what you want to do with your station. Everybody's station is going to be different. Everybody has a different thing of doing it and another way of working around it. So let me talk about my radio stream. Now I've switched, and I've made the switch for about almost 2 years now with my radio stream. And it's myradiostream.com. If you want to check it out, these are the cheapest guys I've found in a long time. Not in a long time. I mean, like, they're the cheapest guys I've found out there. Listen to My Radio. I believe they wanted $70 a month for their service, and you were limited to do only certain things that you could do. You were limited in amount of listeners. I think it was less than 100 listeners, or it could be 200. But on top of that, even if you did get or even if I did sign up and sign up with their premium account, I still wasn't going to be able to register my radio station through Tuned In Radio app, and I wouldn't have been able to register my radio station for my mobile apps for BlackBerry, Android, and iPhone. So this is the reason why I switched. Now, the reason why Listen to My Radio is not a good host to use if you plan on getting onto my to tune in or have your own app, is because I think I'm not too sure. Now, don't fire the messenger or don't kill me because I don't know what I'm talking about. But this is through my experience. It didn't matter. I heard that it was the links that they gave you, apparently through the premium account and for the free account, were the same kind of links. There wasn't anything different, so these other companies couldn't figure out that this was a legit link. So that is why I made the switch to myradiostream.com. Myradiostream.com is probably the cheapest company that I found so far. They're about less than $6 a month, Canadian. And for $70 a year, you can't go wrong. And I've been signed up with them for, it's been about a year, and I've had absolutely no problems with them. Here and there you lose connection, but I'm not quite sure if losing that connection is because of them or if it's because of me. Could be something that we're doing here on my internet stream. Could be multiple things, so I'm really not too concerned about that. But my radio stream, $70 a year, that's going to get you included with 200 listeners. It's going to allow you to be able to put your stream directly right on your website. You won't have to worry about any ads being run through your stream. You can sign up for free with My Radio Stream and give it a try. The only thing is that you won't be able to listen to it through your mobile devices, which is your tablets and your phones, only just on PCs. So that's what Vinyl is under right now, is just a free account. The only reason why it's under a free account is I just started it in August, so it's not too old, and we're waiting here for the renewal fees for the Power Listen to My Radio. So once that is going to be done, I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to do the upgrades for Vinyl too as well at that time, so that the billing is all going to be around the same time. I don't want to have it all over the place. That way I'll forget and things will be a nightmare, of course. So yeah, so that's what that's a good radio host stream service, and that's called myradiostream.com. Go check them out on the web there, and they're pretty cheap. I'm not shitting you. It's probably the cheapest one around. Alive 365 is another one, but they are extremely pricey, and I don't know. I just couldn't. I couldn't justify that kind of money because I'm not making money. I'm only just, covering myself. So My Radio Stream was probably the best choice that I've made so far. And I've gained a lot of listeners since I've moved from Listen to My Radio to My Radio Stream. So that was a very good smart move I made on my behalf, was myradiostream.com. So because now my station is marketed through different ways of the listener can listen, and that's probably the keyest thing, is to make sure that it's easy for your listeners to be able to listen to your radio station, because if it's not easy, they're going to give up real quick, and that's just the way it is on the internet. It's just, if it's not available right away, then it's never going to be available, because they won't come back. They'll go away. So always make it easy for your listeners. So I think that would probably be the best way for you guys to start, is sign up for free and give it a try and see what it's like. It's very easy to use with their control panel and everything. I'm not paid by my radio stream to do this video. I'm just trying to give you guys the easiest things that will make your will make it easy for you when you're starting. Another company you want to check out is called Nobex Partners, and that's nobexpartners.com. I'll put all the links in the description too, so that you guys will be able to click and check them out. Nobexpartners.com. They're a free site that hosts the mobile apps, and you just have to sign up to become a partner and upload a description of your station and stuff like that. It does take up to about, I think it was about 3 months I had to wait, 3 to 4 months I had to wait for the app to actually get processed and made. But it's well worth the wait, because once you see the app, your customers, I'm going to call them, will love the app. The app is very, very useful. It's got an alarm clock on it. It's got sleeper on it, so they can turn it off. They can watch my YouTube videos on the app. There's so much stuff that they can do. They can check out all our feeds from our Facebook and Twitter accounts, so they will not be left out of the loop. It's pretty much basically starting up a site for your mobile device, and it's available for iPhone, Blackberries, and the Android phones too, and Windows phones too. So nobexpartners.com is the website for that. Link is in the description there as well for that. Now, web hosting and websites. Now, we first started off with Weebly.com. Weebly.com worked out great because I was not at all website technology. Like there was just no for me. So once I started learning how to use the Weebly, and then decided to switch and get a web host, which is HostGator. HostGator is another good one for web hosting. Pretty cheap. Less than $30 a month for a business plan for web hosting. Go check them out, HostGator.com, and you can. And on top of that, it's unlimited emails. You get a cPanel that controls the whole 9 yards. Unlimited domains that you can have hosting on your web hosting. Just so much cool stuff that you so much more control that you can have over your website. And the websites are designed through WordPress, which is another big. If you look at most websites on the internet nowadays, or even most websites that are designed for radio stations, it's all pretty much done through WordPress. They also have some pretty cool plugins too for radio stations. So just search in the plugins radio stations, and they'll all come up. But WordPress is a very good website. It allows you to customize it completely to your satisfactory. Weebly, you couldn't do that. You only had to be able to do what they allowed you to do, because obviously it's free, right? Get what you pay for is what I'm trying to say. And before I switch and show you some stuff and show you how I got vinyl hooked up, I want to also touch base on music. Now, there's a few places out there that you can sign up. There's Promo Only, which is a very good one. I believe that's about $100 a month. And I buy a lot of music through Beatport. That's beatport.com. I buy a lot of house and drum and bass music from Beatport, and so most of the other music too is sent to me through my emails from independent artists that are trying to get sent and are trying to get out there and want to, blast their stuff. So you can count on that too, as from your listeners, because there's people out there that just all they do is check to make sure, or go around to the online stations to hand out all their music. And these aren't crap songs. These are pretty good songs that people are handing out, and they're pretty high quality tracks. So yeah, so Promo Only is one I use, and then Beatport.com and iTunes. You can get music on iTunes, but do not download crap music. When I say crap music, I mean a lot of people don't understand that 128 kilobytes compared to 96 kilobytes there's a complete difference in audio quality, and you can tell when you listen to it. Like, it just sounds like it's not good. It sounds like it's pirated when it's really cheap quality sound. So don't be downloading any of that pirated music. Make sure you pay for your music, support the artists, because they need the support just like we do. So yeah, I mean, what else could I say about that? But yeah, no, so these are quite a few things that you will need. So if you hang tight, YouTube, I'm going to get into depth and show you how we hooked up 2 radio stations into one mixer and use the same equipment. And then I'm also going to get in depth on Radio DJ. We're going to do a little bit of work on Radio DJ. So if you hang tight and stick with me, I sure will. I hope I'm not going too fast for you guys. I hope I'm making a little bit of sense for you. So if you hang tight, I'm going to pause the camera, and then I'm going to bring the camera out, and I'm going to show you the mixer and how everything's set up for vinyl and for power, and then we'll get into depth about Radio DJ. So hang tight, guys. And we're back, YouTube. So we just went over the basis of what you need to do to start up a radio station, the stuff that you need to start up an online station. So as you can see, this is my mixing console. Right now it's a feature broadcast. Right now it's the Digital Response radio show with Scotty B and special guest DJs on Power92FM.ca. That happens every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time till 9 p.m. So if you want to check it out, you can. So that's the mixing board in a nutshell right there. So like I said, this station, in this studio, we are now broadcasting 2 radio stations, and the way we're doing that is, if you look here on my mixer, just let me move my microphone out of the way. If you look on the studio mixer, this here is the channel that Scotty B is coming in right now. So that channel that's blinking there, right along down to there, that's the fader right there for Scotty B. So if I turn that up and down, that's Power92 FM. Now to switch over to vinyl, so that I can do a live show on vinyl, I have to hit this little button here. And now we're listening to vinyl. So if you want to check out our new sister station, it's called vinyl105.ca. We play 50s, 60s, and 70s music. The best, the great oldies, the great fun, of course. That's our slogan. So with a flick of a switch, we can now go back to Scotty B, just like that. And we're now listening to vinyl. So I have 2 things set up on my encoders. The top one is power, the bottom one is vinyl. So if I ever want to do a live show, I just turn the encoder off of the Radio DJ and set it on over here on where I want to be. So it's just as easy as that. Flick of a switch. Power. Now vinyl. So on Radio DJ, maybe we'll turn this down so that we don't get any copyright fringes here. So on Radio DJ, I was going to show you a couple things on this program so that you can kind of get an idea for it. Let's, I was going to show you first, I'm sorry, before I get too ahead of myself, let's show you what we did and how to get vinyl on air and be able to run 2 radio DJs. So basically I'm running 2 computers on 1 monitor. And I can do up to 4 computers if I wanted to on 1 monitor. So what I'm doing is I'm using 1 monitor, 1 keyboard, and 1 mouse, which is, if you look down here, you'll see 1 keyboard, and then there's 1 mouse there. But then I have this little fancy little box down here, and it's called a KVM switch. For you tech savvy guys, you'll know that the KVM switch is basically a multi-port switch audio switch that you can switch your video screens. So it'll allow you to have like a few computers hooked up to this machine, and just by a flick of a switch, if I flick this switch here down at the bottom, that now will take me over to Vinyl's computer, and this is Vinyl now. So that's Radio DJ for Vinyl. And then if I flick this switch again a couple times, and then there's Power. So just a flick of a switch, I can have control of both radio stations. I am going to look into getting a new sound card so that I can monitor stuff on Vinyl. Right now I can't monitor it. I can only play it out. So, but this is basically the nutshell. So, down under the desk, that computer right there, that dusty old beast, is for Power. And that's the automation computer for Power, which has Radio DJ for Power. And then I'm using my old laptop down under there as Vinyl's computer. So that is now Vinyl, and that's what plays the music 24/7 on Vinyl. And I've been really thinking about how to do this for a long time, and it's kind of like really stumped me, because I didn't want to have another 50,000 friggin' monitors all over the place. So this was the best way for me to do this. So I'm using a KVM switch that allows me to plug up to 4 computers into one monitor, one keyboard, and one mouse. So if you're in the market of doing that, check it out. It's I got that one there for, it was $10 at the Surplus store here in Kitchener. But you can get better ones of these things, I guess. You can expect to spend from $50 to about $100 for a KVM switch. So yeah, so pretty cool, eh? That's 2 radio stations in one. So this is Power92 FM, and then if I click the button again, pardon my French with the shaking of the camera. So there's Vinyl right there. I went through it twice. But each radio DJ has its own encoder built into it. So I know everybody's been asking me, well, where do I get a copy of the Simplecast? They don't make it anymore. Yes, I know they don't make it anymore. That's why I'm doing this update. Not trying to be an ass, but that's what... here, I'll let you hear some imaging from Vinyl. We'll crank that up a bit. This is what Vinyl sounds like. So check it out. But anyways, the encoder, I know they don't make Simplecast anymore. Simplecast is an old program. I do believe you can still get a version of it from Special Audio. The program is actually made by Special Audio. So if you Google Special Audio, there will be a new updated version of the program, and yes, you have to pay for it. I paid for mine a long time ago, and like I said, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But it is out of date, and I should probably look at getting a new one. But right now, it's still working. It doesn't crash, and it's doing what it's supposed to do. So, Radio DJ is a very, very, very good program for you to use for your automation. This Radio DJ program will do wonders for you. It is going to help make your radio station run smoothly, and you should never have any problems. This is going to be the brains of your station if you're using this program, which I highly suggest. And the best part about this program is it's 100% free. All they do is they ask that you donate to them if you really like the program. And I think if you donate to them, then you're a pretty stand-up person. Because all this hard work, goes a long way if you can help out. So that's Radio DJ. You can find them on the web if you Google Radio DJ software. And this program works wonders. You set up a rotation rules, and this thing will take up take over and run your station like a pro. Really sorry about the shakiness of the camera. I'm a diabetic, so I get shaky. Sorry. Beg my pardon. Very easy program to use. To upload music to it after you've got this thing set up, you want to click on the track manager. And then from track manager, you want to click up here where it says import. You can either import a single track at a time, or you can import an entire folder. This is what it looks like if you're pulling up for a folder. I know you can't see it completely, but you get the gist of it. You basically here to browse which folder you want to take it from. Once you find out which one you want, click OK. And then once you click OK, click that little import button down there at the bottom of the screen. I don't know why it's so fuzzy, but anyways, yeah, so you click import, and then it'll put all the music on the PC. So yeah, Radio DJ, great program, great program. That'll get you kick-started too as well. And you can categorize all your music too. You can put it in for like what songs you're looking for. I mean, what genre you're looking for, or you can also categorize it like jingles and stuff like that. So that's a really good tool to use. So that's Radio DJ. And then it looks like this here. These are my instant cart machines. So when I'm on air, I've got all these hot cues down and over here that will allow me to fire off a jingle if I want to. So, like I said, please check us out. Our new radio station. We just started this station in August, so it's still fairly brand new. Spread the word to your friends. It's called Vinyl105.ca. 50s, 60s, and 70s music. Great oldies, great fun. That's what we're doing here at Vinyl. And Power92 FM, of course, at Power92FM.ca. And we're still doing the top 40, rhythmic dance, all that fun stuff. So make sure you check that out. Power92FM.ca. So I hope this video helped out a lot of you. If you have any other questions, feel free to email me. You can email me at djdrj@power92fm.ca, or you can also email me at drj@vinyl105.ca too as well. I hope I really touched a lot of bases on this. Really sorry that I haven't been really posting much videos lately. I've just been so busy, of course with this too, and I've also been helping out a lot of other people with some of their stations too. So I'm only one guy, so if I missed your comments or if I've not responded to you, it's because I get about 150 emails an hour. It's crazy. It really is. But you know what? I really do enjoy helping you guys. So I hope that this has helped you out. So if you are in the market of starting up a second station and you don't want to get all these multiple monitors in your studio, KVM switch that'll allow you to do 2 computers with 1 monitor, 1 mouse, and 1 keyboard works the best I've found so far. I haven't had any problems. The best part about Radio DJs is they've got a plugin that you can download, and you can simply add an encoder to the program. So you don't have to always have your entire equipment on all the time and draining energy and of course also wear and tear. So you can actually have things turned off and leave it off. Or you can have just 2 computers on and you're good to go and your stations are still on air. So just a quick recap of what you will need again. You're going to need yourself a mixer. It looks like this here. This mixer here is available on the web or through Behringer's website. If you go to Behringer, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find the package. It is the podcaster package. You get this mixer, a USB mixer, along with I believe it's a condenser microphone and a pair of headphones. And of course you'll need a PC to hook up with this to be able to get on the air and start it. But this is a good starter kit. I'm not sure how much the price of that starter kit is, but I can guarantee you it's less than $500. I can guarantee you that. It's probably like a couple $100 or maybe even less than that. So check that out. That's the Behringer mixer. That's the crucial thing. That's one of the heart of your station, along with Radio DJ, is going to be the other main vein of your station. So those will be 2 things that you'll absolutely need to get. And you'll obviously need a microphone if you're going to be using your mics, if you're going to be talking on air. Think about something along the lines as a limiter, compressor, and tube machine, just to give you a little bit extra oomph on your microphone and make you sound a little bit more professional. Also, I forgot to touch base about the mic stands. You can find these mic stands on eBay, of course, anywhere. These ones are made by Q mic stands. You can also get the Rode mic stands. The Rode mic stands are a little bit more expensive. These ones, I believe, at the time were $50, so you can't go wrong. Of course, if you want any other audio sources like CD players, tape decks, 8-tracks if you got those still, turntables, any other mixing, any other audio sources that you want, computers, iPods, MP3 players, whatever way you want to get your music out to your listener. Excuse me. Excuse me. That was uncalled for. Pair of headphones, you need yourself a pair of decent headphones, and get yourself a microphone preamp too, so that if you have guests, they can listen and see what's going on and they don't have to be left in the dark. Radio DJ, great automation program to use. Get yourself involved with that one, because that one's for free. It is amazing program, and it's an amazing program for free. I can't stress that as much. And if you're looking for a place to get mobile apps done for your station, get nobexpartners.com. They're a great one. And if you're looking for a web host, use HostGator. They're one of the best. Music, get yourself locked into promo only, or just browse the new downloads at beatport.com, and of course iTunes, wherever you get your music, or local music shops. Go to the local ones that sell the used and abused CDs places. Production software that you may find very useful for your radio station. Not that you have to get it, but any kind of software that you're comfortable with audio production, like recording jingles and recording commercials or recording radio shows, you'll want to pick yourself up a program like Cool Edit, Adobe Audition. Any other ones would be great. GarageBand works really well. GarageBand is really cool because it comes with Mac, and you don't have to worry about purchasing any other program. It comes with the Mac computer. And it comes with a lot of pretty cool presets too. So GarageBand is pretty cool if you want to use that one too. I use Cool Edit. It's an old program. It's Cool Edit Pro I use to make jingles and commercials, and I'm still using that, and I probably won't get rid of it until I'm done with that. For your graphics and stuff, get yourself a Photoshop program. Get a copy of it, because this Photoshop it's going to help you design your logos, your banners, your commercial pictures that you want, your images that you want to add on your website, all that stuff through WordPress. Not through WordPress, through Photoshop is probably your best bet. And myradiostream.com for streaming. I can't stress that enough. They are they're the cheapest and most reliable site I have found in a long time. So check them out. Myradiostream.com. Pretty cheap, under $6 a month for Canadians, for Canadian dollar. I'm not sure what it is American. It's probably a lot cheaper than what the Canadian dollar is, because we just suck. But anyways, but yeah. So use MyRadioStream, Nobex for your apps, and HostGator for your web hosting, which is great products to use. So I really hope that this helped you out. If you got any other questions, please feel free to email me. And like I said, please check out the radio stations, because we're always broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, around the clock. And check out the new radio station, because we really want to get this station. Yeah, we want to get this station up and I want to see it grow a little bit more. Even though it's only been a month and it's doing very well since then, and I predict that it's probably going to be our most popular station compared to Power, even though Power has been on air for about 6 years. So I don't know. It's kind of tough to say, because there's been a lot of really good feedback on it. That's vinyl105.ca. And you can email me through that site too as well at drj at vinyl105.ca. And my other email is dj.oj@power92fm.ca. So without further ado, guys, make sure you just, the best way to figure this stuff out is to play trial and error. So keep playing around with it, guys, and you're going to get it. You will get your station up and running, and you will get where you want to be. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen. It will happen. So anyways, I'm going to end that video with a good positive note and say practice and enjoy.